Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we aren't just looking at your standard run-of-the-mill software update. We're stepping into a massive, living, breathing digital environment. Welcome to the Google AI Ecosystem Tour 2026 edition. We're going to treat Google's vast AI developments not like a dry list of corporate patch notes, but as a diverse, evolving ecosystem. And we are going to explore the whole shebang together. But before we really get the tour started, I want to hook you with this wild fact right off the bat. Just listen to this quote directly from our sources. Google Assistant has finally been scheduled to be retired, replaced by Google Gemini. I mean, think about that for a second. Google Assistant has literally been a foundational staple on our phones, our smart speakers, in our cars for years. But the landscape is evolving so incredibly fast that even those beloved, deeply ingrained products are on the chopping block to make way for the new Gemini era. It just goes to show how ruthless and honestly rapid this ecosystem's evolution really is. Okay, let's pull out our ecosystem map and dive right in. On the tour today, we'll be checking out the AI living inside your browser, how Med-Gemini is saving lives, the big divide between Gemini and Gemma, the wildly creative 2026 AI playground, and finally, the Google graveyard. So first stop on our tour, AI in your browser. These are the everyday tools that are already built right in. This is the biome you probably interact with the absolute most. Google is bringing AI directly to your local device by building a model called Gemini Nano right into the Chrome browser itself. This is what we call client-side AI, meaning it runs entirely on your machine. And honestly, that is an absolute game changer for both speed and your privacy. To make this happen, Chrome is packed with these incredible built-in AI APIs. We're talking about a proofreader, writer, rewriter, translator, language detector, summarizer, and a prompt API. Imagine you're reading a massively long, super complex article. Your browser can now locally summarize it into actionable bullet points for you, right on the fly. Or maybe you need to live translate a web page. You don't have to wait for some distant cloud server to do all the heavy lifting anymore. The AI model sitting silently right inside your Chrome browser handles it instantly. Now, what's really fascinating here is WebMCP. That stands for the Web Model Context Protocol. WebMCP is this early preview standard that exposes structured tools so that AI agents can actually perform actions on websites for you. It's basically the bridge that ensures future AI agents can interact with your favorite sites with way more speed, reliability, and precision. So it's not just about the AI passively reading the web, it's about the AI actively using the web on your behalf, navigating interfaces and executing tasks completely autonomously. Pretty wild, right? Moving on from the everyday consumer stuff, let's step into the medical wards and look at how Med-Gemini is literally saving lives. We are transitioning into a highly specialized territory here, looking at a family of next-generation models. Now, these inherit all of Gemini's multimodal and long context reasoning, but they are fine-tuned specifically on de-identified medical data for healthcare applications. And right out of the gate, their benchmark number is staggering, 91.1%. That is Med-Gemini's state-of-the-art accuracy score on the popular Med-QA benchmark, which is made up of highly complex U.S. medical licensing exam-style questions. To put that into perspective, it actually surpassed Google's prior best medical model, MedPalm 2, by a whopping 4.6%. In the notoriously difficult world of AI medical benchmarks, a jump of 4.6% isn't just a tiny incremental update. It's a massive leap forward. And this breaks down brilliantly to show how Med-Gemini actually operates across different levels of complexity. Step 1 is 2D imaging, where it excels at reading things like chest x-rays and pathology slides. But step 2 is where it gets really incredible, complex 3D CT scans. The research actually shows Med-Gemini 3D generated a report from a complex head CT scan and correctly caught a basal pathology that was completely missed in the original human radiologist report. No way, right? And step 3 goes even deeper with Med-Gemini Polygenic. This is the very first language model to predict health outcomes like glaucoma or depression directly from genomic data. It's just a completely new frontier for disease prediction. All right, next up on the tour, the big divide, Gemini versus Gemma, or proprietary power versus open source. So a great ecosystem obviously needs builders, but how do developers actually get their hands on these incredible tools? Well, Google is currently running two very distinct AI philosophies side by side. On one side, you have Gemini. This is Google's proprietary enterprise-scale powerhouse. If you need top-tier reasoning, advanced math, flawless real-time coding, and you want it all seamlessly integrated into a polished, massive cloud environment, you use Gemini. But contrast that with Gemma, its open-source sibling. So the crucial point is that Gemma is the versatile builder's sandbox. It's lightweight, fully customizable, and designed purely for developers who want complete, uninhibited control over their AI pipeline. And you can really see how this plays out in practice when we look at the sizes. Gemma scales all the way down from 27 billion parameters to an incredibly lightweight 1 billion parameter model. Now, why does that matter to us? Well, because a 1B or 4B model can run locally on a standard laptop. It gives developers, researchers, and even students full creative freedom to build custom things. We're talking their own local coding agents or multilingual chatbots, all without needing to pay for massive enterprise cloud computing resources. It completely democratizes the ability to innovate. Now, let's head over to where things get a little crazy. Section 4, the 2026 AI Playground, full of experiments and mini-apps. Every healthy ecosystem needs a place where mutations and wild ideas can kind of just grow, right? And for Google, that place is Google Labs. This is where they test out their most creative, boundary-pushing concepts before they ever become official products. Just look at some of these highlights from the 2026 Labs lineup. We have Flow Music, where you literally chat with an AI producer to generate original songs and music videos purely from your imagination. Then there's the Opal AI Mini Apps Builder, which is a no-code tool where you can build your very own mini AI applications just by typing in everyday natural language. We've got Project Genie, creating these generative, interactive, simulated worlds. And even ASOMA, a collaborative choreography tool that generates original dance phrases based on archived movement data. It's just a completely wild, unconstrained creative frontier. But of course, we can't finish our tour without visiting the infamous Google graveyard, or, as I like to think of it, the compost bin.
We have to playfully acknowledge the elephant in the room here. Google is pretty famous for killing off its products. But hey, in nature, old growth has to become compost to feed new innovations, and the digital world is absolutely no different. Let's take a quick walk through this timeline of recently composted tech. Back in 2024, we said goodbye to the legendary Chromecast, replaced by the Google TV streamer and the US version of the Google Pay app, which got completely absorbed by Google Wallet. In 2025, Google Tables was officially shut down. And now, in 2026, the titan itself, Google Assistant, is being retired to fully clear the path for the Gemini era across our phones, watches, and smart homes. It's a stark reminder that even the most universally beloved tools must eventually yield progress.
And that pretty much brings us to the end of our explainer today. We've toured the local browser biomes, the highly specialized medical wards, the developer sandboxes, the creative playgrounds, and yep, even the compost bins of this vast digital ecosystem. But the one constant here is relentless, accelerating change. So I want to leave you with this final provocative question to think about. With the AI landscape evolving this incredibly fast, what will Google build or kill next? Thanks so much for joining me on this tour, and keep exploring.